Biggest Man United Liverpool game as far as I can remember. Those noisy neighbours of ours are piping up this week. So let's have a chat about it. Welcome to Khanage. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Another episode of Khanage, and this one could really be carnage. It's Liverpool Man United week, and I thought we have a chat about it. And I couldn't think of better people to have a chat about it with, with the cast that you got in front of you, boys. Mans are rubbing their hands and shit.
I know, I see it.
You know what I mean?
I was actually dancing to the theme tune, man. That's how good it is at the minute, you know what I
mean? Look at the smile on the brothers' faces, man. Wait, a lot of people won't have seen the smile on these brothers' faces for like years and shit. But look, I want to welcome them, unlike what the welcome they're going to receive at Anfield. I want to welcome them to my channel because these are my brothers. So I want to welcome Rants has been on the show. Everyone knows Rants. What are you saying, Rants? You good, yeah?
Yeah, I'm great, bruv. I'm great, mate.
Nice.
How are you, mate? How are you?
We're going to go on to that. But Saeed's making a debut on my channel. Saeed, what's going on, bro? Welcome to Khanage. Had to be done.
Come on, man. Big up to man. Give it LFC Daytrippers. You get me? Shout out to everybody involved. And yeah, man. Listen, let's get cracking. You get me? Like we're looking down on this, man. We're looking down on this. You know what I mean? Where is that, man? Where are you, man? I need some glasses, man. You get me? Big up, man. Big up.
I needed some support, so I had to bring my brother Callum. Callum, what are you saying, bro?
I'll be honest, Grizz. I could have done with you doing this when we were still top of the league. I feel like you brought me to the lion's den there. But you know what? Backs against the wall, we move. We do this.
100%, man. 100%. Look, Cal, you say backs to the wall, man. But I'm not feeling back against the wall at the moment. I'm pretty. We'll analyze why I feel like that and how certain other brothers feeling. But I want to ask Rants how he's thinking, what's going on, how he's getting into this game, just generally, man.
Well, how am I feeling? I'm feeling great.
I'm feeling not great, nervous.
Like, it's never been a better time. It's never been a better time to go to Anfield. You got no fans. You're not on form. You're feeling sorry for yourself. Your attackers can't flipping hit a barn door. It's brilliant. Like literally, it's the best possible time to ever go to you lot. Yeah, in the last since you've got Klopp, this is probably the best time to ever turn up at your place. Obviously, apart from one field when we turned you over, let's not forget that. Yeah, you know what I mean. But I'm saying this is the best time post when we turned you over at your gaff. This is the best time to go there, mate. I'm telling you, and it's turmoil. I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like Liverpool fans are rattled right now, and I'm loving it. And the reason why they're rattled now is got nothing to do with us. It's because they know that something isn't quite right at their football club this season, and it's not the injuries either. It's not the injuries. I think the injuries are a nice little excuse that some Liverpool fans are using, but we know it's not the injuries, guys. Because to be honest, when you look at the points that you've dropped, it's the teams that you should be beating, even without Virgil. It's got nothing to do with Virgil van Dijk, why you lot couldn't put West Brom away. It's nothing to do with Virgil van Dijk that you couldn't put away these bottom six teams, bro. There's something wrong with the chemistry. Something's not clicking. Something's not clicking, and it's got nothing to do with us, why I'm confident. I'm more confident because I think you lot are starting to realize something isn't quite right, innit?
Okay, we'll discuss those points. You raised some controversial points there, but I like that. That's what I love about you. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go to Saeed for like 2 Man United pins in a row. I'm going to split their pins a little bit. And I'm going to ask for Cal. We say, man, Cal, how are you feeling? And have you got anything to say in response to Rants' rant about Liverpool there?
I think some of what Rants says is correct. I think the fact of the injuries, I don't think you can gloss over that. There's no way you can gloss over the injuries. The injuries we've had, and obviously the nature of the season anyway is always going to be crazy. Like the injuries we've had and the times where we had the injuries, I don't think you can just gloss over that. I think we have to be honest in that assessment. In terms of the cohesion in the team and the attack, big issues there. I think we're missing Jota, and not just because of his goals and assists. I think we're missing the fact that Jota kicks the front three up the backside and lets them know that their starting place isn't safe. And I think if you don't have competition, naturally humans get lazy, and I think that's what's been happening with Mane and Salah especially.
Can you name your injuries for me? Because obviously I don't follow your team like that. So name your injuries for me. And also the Jota argument. He wasn't there
from the beginning of the season.
Wasn't there
last season. It's a different season. Rants, it's a different season.
Exactly. So don't talk about complacency with the Jota.
No. Of course I can. No, Rants. You can't say this isn't last season. It's 2 different seasons. So Jota, how can you not hear it? It makes complete sense. It makes complete sense. It makes complete sense.
I'm not hearing it, bro.
You need to turn them back on, bro. You need to put them back on charge if that's the case. With Jota, it's simple. The reason why we struggled without Jota this season is because it's a congested season. We didn't have the biggest squad, and we didn't have players who could come in and rival or assist the front three. Therefore, Jota playing this season has allowed us to adapt and change the way we play. Last season was not a compact season. This season is a compact season. So you're going to need more different people to take on the load and to play at different times. In regards to the injuries, hold on. You've asked me 2 questions. I've got the first one out of the way. Second one. All right. What is the second one? The injuries. What injuries do you want from the beginning of the season or recently?
Injuries, so I can gauge just why you couldn't beat.
Shall we do injuries and then compare?
I've not made any excuses about West Brom.
Nah, bro. I'm trying to hear the injuries, bro. I'm trying to hear it. You know why I'm trying to hear it? Yeah.
But you're not letting me say it.
No, the reason why I'm trying to hear it is because man talk about injuries all the time, yeah. But every team gets injuries, cuz you man ran away with the league 20 odd points last season, yeah. Last season, man had Pogba out for most of the season, Rashford out for a good part of the season. Man also had who else did we have
How
out?
many games did they miss?
Who else? Martial was out injured for some. When Eric Bailly was out injured for most of the season.
Eric Bailly's always injured out. Always out injured.
There you go. So name me your injuries and how many of these men would
I'm saying I can name you my injuries, but you're not letting me name them.
Hurry up then, innit, mate?
Bruv, I'm trying to do it, brother. You're not letting me. I'm trying to do it and you're not letting me. So what am I doing from the beginning of the season or now?
Beginning of the season.
Since the beginning of the season, if it makes you feel better, mate. Come on.
Well, it don't really make me feel better. I'm just answering the questions, innit? That's all I'm here to do.
Do what you need to do.
You've got Alisson. Alisson was injured. You've got Virgil obviously got an injury. Joe Gomez, Matip,
Trent,
THIAGO. I won't say Trent, Grizz, because Trent had COVID. Saying that he did have the cough. No, he did have the cough. He did have the cough. But I'm not gonna add Trent into this. I'm gonna
no problem. Whenever you need me, I'm here for you. You carry on, bro. Whenever you need me, I'm here.
Tsimikas, which is obviously a backup to Robbo. Have I said THIAGO?
Let him speak. I'm
asking you a question, bruv.
But you're not letting me answer the first question, though. It makes no sense.
Did you buy him injured?
You're not letting me answer the first. Say that again.
Did you buy him injured? I'm asking because I know he's new.
No, we didn't buy Tsimikas injured. We didn't buy Tsimikas injured.
Okay, cool. Carry on.
THIAGO.
Yeah. Always injured like Eric Bailly. So what? Am I not allowed to count man as well? Yeah.
THIAGO's always injured like Eric Bailly.
He's always injured. Have you seen his injury record?
He is. Come on.
All right, tell me his injury record then, Rants. What's his injury record?
How many games has this player played in the last 4 years? THIAGO's injury.
You tell me. You just made the statement. You tell me. You just tell me. Tell me his stats then. Tell me his stats.
What, do you want me to Google it? This brother gets injured.
You just said he's always injured. So tell me his stats.
Tell me Eric Bailly's stats then,
John Barnes. Come on then. Let's
go. No, not John Barnes. Don't call me John Barnes. That's
hitting that, bro. All right,
no, I'm not John Barnes. Not John Barnes.
Tell me Bailly's, and I'll tell you THIAGO's then. If that's what.
So how many games? So THIAGO played about 30 games last season.
Oh yeah.
The season before that, how many games? He's an injury-prone footballer. Fact.
Yeah, so hold on. Okay. I've just given you a few stats. What is Bailly's stats? Tell me Bailly's.
Injury prone.
Tell me Bailly's. Tell me Bailly's.
He played last season.
Tell me Bailly's. Tell me Bailly's. It's simple. Tell me Bailly's.
Rants is better than that. He's comparing Bailly to THIAGO. We move.
I know he is. He's trying to get a
reaction. He's comparing THIAGO to Bailly. Listen.
I mean, he does have an injury record, though. He does have an injury record.
Saeed, my brother. Don't be listening to that exchange. We start fresh. It's your debut. What are you saying, my bro?
Listen, man, we're looking.
How are you feeling going into this game? How's your mold?
Listen,
how's your team looking? Talk to me, bro. Because you know what I mean. You know what I mean? It's the first time you've been on the show. I'm giving you a warm welcome. Now tell us about ourselves, man. Go on, like Rants did.
Listen, you know what I mean? We've got the confidence. You know, we're not arrogant. We've got the confidence. Let's make it clear, man. We're confident, man. You know what I mean? We believe in the team right now. They're performing. We've got nothing bad to say, man. All we can say this: we're top of the league on merit. You know what I'm trying to say to you? No one has really kind of pulled up any trees. We've been there. We've been dogged. We've been resilient. When I told you about the squad depth, they showed it tonight, yesterday. Pogba's, you know what I mean, hardly playing with McTominay and Fred in there. Matic puts the second half, you know what I mean, decent performance. Come on, man. You can't say nothing bad about our team, man. You know what I'm trying to say to you? Like, we're coming here with the swagger. And that's the thing, man. You know what I mean? We're here on merit, man. And
100%.
We've never had this feeling for a while, man.
I always say, the table never lies. Yeah,
it never lies.
Yeah, especially after a certain amount of games. Yeah, so you can say the table can lie after 5-6 games, but we're like 18 now game weeks into it. Yeah, I think we're 18 game weeks into it. And at the end of the day, people can say what they want about Man United and Liverpool and City. Everyone is where they are. Man United, I told you weeks ago, man. I thought, you know what I mean? I thought certain people were going a bit OTT with the Man United negativity. I thought it's looking good. I thought your defense is holding up. You know what I mean? And you got match winners in your squad. Yeah. You got match winners. And these match winners are deadly, aren't they, Rants? Because you got like Pogba looks coming back into form now. Bruno's been performing anyway. Rashford and Martial, they take turns. Like one of them's really shit one game, and then one turns up, and then the other one turns up. But that front four, like with Rashford, Martial, Pogba, and Bruno, that four can match most teams in this league. Am I right in saying that, Rants?
On the day, absolutely. On the day, they haven't all played well at the same time once yet. It will happen at some stage, but on their day, do you know what I mean? They can do what they need to do, bro.
Is it a case of he needs to find a system where all four of them have to be in that team? When I say most games, I mean, you know what I mean? Like that's the core. That has got to be the core of your attack every game.
It has to be. I don't know why it's not clicking. I don't know why it's not clicking, bro. But to be honest, it's not clicking for a lot of players. But because we've got so much quality, they're getting the job done.
Yeah,
and that's what it is. At the end of the day, the team performances from start to finish haven't been amazing. But when we need them, players are turning up. And that's the beauty of having quality players. It's the beauty of having quality players. Bruno doesn't turn up, Pogba can turn up. Pogba don't turn up, Bruno can turn up. If Martial don't turn up, Rashford can turn up. And vice versa, and so on and so forth. And we've got goals in our midfield. We've got goals up front. So, bruv, it is what it is, man. Do you know what I mean? Class is permanent.
From a Liverpool fan point of view, Cal, those players that I've mentioned, going into Sunday, who would you say is the danger man? Or is it a case of, look, any one of them can turn up, we got to do our thing? Or is it one of those, we got to keep an eye on them, but is it one of those, if we turn up, it doesn't matter how many match winners they have in their ranks?
No, I wouldn't say that. Shall I tell you what it is, Grizz? For me, Bruno's their biggest threat to us because of how we play. And the reason I say that, with Firmino playing centre-back, there's no one in there to really marshal the midfield and to understand and to know when someone of Bruno's quality is going to make those penetrative runs. Also, if you watch how they play, when they play against a team with a high line, Bruno will get the ball and he'll look for the quick ball in behind. And when you've got players like whoever we play at centre-back, let's say it's Fabinho and Nat Phillips, they're not fast. So if you've got Rashford, you've got Greenwood, or you've got Martial out there, and they play it in behind, we're already in trouble. So for me, Bruno's the key. You've got to make sure Bruno doesn't get the ball, get his head up and see a run, and then try and pick out that run. Not saying the others aren't quality, the others are quality, obviously, but he's the main key. One. He's the main one for a team against Liverpool.
It depends on what team we play. If we're gonna play them, if we're gonna play the McFred double pivot and Bruno, then cool. Because I tell you what, it's Marcus Rashford that's gonna be cooking Trent, on Sunday. That's what's gonna happen, bro. Like any ball into Marcus Rashford, it's a madness. And whether it's Pogba playing it or Bruno playing it, if you don't want to play this high line and we hit the quick transition, man's getting cooked. That's one thing I know. His pace against Liverpool, I expect Rashford to turn up.
Yeah, I think Rashford turns up most games, though. I don't necessarily know if we'll be playing over on Trent's side, though. That's the thing. I see him play more through the middle, which is why I say he's more on the centre backs. The game we play is.
He hasn't played through the middle all season.
Rashford, no, I'm saying but for this particular game, I don't see him drifting out onto the left as much.
So you see, because we got the issue of the centre back situation. It doesn't look like Matip's going to be fit, so that's why I think. But didn't Martial pull up with a little injury or something? Was that minor?
Yeah, little groin.
Do you reckon it was reported as? What was it reported as? Minor, or do you think he's a doubt?
Are you sure it was groin?
I thought it was hamstring.
It was groin because he was limping a bit, but it could have been cramp.
Yeah, that's my bad. I think Matic was a groin where he was touching his groin. I think Martial was a hamstring. So yeah, I don't think
Matic would have played in this game anyway. As Rants says, it's going to be the double pivot of McTominay.
You know what,
but with the Rashford, look, I'm a Rashford fan. I've been sticking up for Rashford against even Man United fans. Like Man United fans, a lot of Man United fans don't rate him for no reason, or underrate him, I should say. Not rate him, underrate him. I think Rashford is absolute class. A couple of seasons ago, I was asked who would you take out of the Man United team, and a lot of Liverpool fans were saying Martial, but I take Rashford. I just don't think he's played under the right coach. I don't think he's been coached properly because he's got the tools. In my opinion, and I'm not just having a go at Ole. People always tell me I call him Ole. Yeah, but that's what I'm going to call him anyway. Ole. Yeah, but I don't think he's being coached properly under Ole, and because I think he's got the raw potential to be a world star. He is a star. He's a Premier League star, but he can be on them levels of a Mane, man, and a Salah. He's got the potential. What's your thoughts on him, Saeed, bro? Martial, Rashford. Who would you choose? Who would you say?
For me, I don't compare players. You know what I mean? I think I love them as much as both of them.
Come on, I know you don't compare players, but come on,
I'll be serious, man. I don't want to compare them, man, because at the end of the day, they're both our players. I mean, they've both got individual qualities. You know what I mean? Rashford is more one of the players that will run in behind, have the more the clutch moments. You know what I mean? Will probably more score more match winners. Martial, man, he's very, very underrated, man. The way he links up the play, the way he, kind of provides, people to run into space. It's underrated, man. Very, very criminally underrated. And that's why, for me, there's a lot of bugbear on Martial. When he has them little chances, people go in him on straight away, bro. And I feel like they don't see half of his other game. Look at Firmino for you, man. Only real fans will understand what Firmino does for Liverpool. And only real fans will understand what Martial does for Man United, mate. I'm trying to say to you.
That's a point.
That's a fair point. And if you know that as a fan, I don't need to know what some 40-year-old kid on Twitter, bro, is talking about Martial's goal record and that. I don't need to tell them. Yeah, man, I know what Martial does. I know that long term, he's still going to be a number 9 for us. You know what I mean? And he still could be a top quality player. With Rashford, I'm not going to lie to you, he frustrates me. It does frustrate me because in the game against Burnley, the amount of times I was saying, play it simple, quick pass, quick cross. And then I don't know if you see the watch along, I said, when the goal before Pogba came, I said, quick quickly cross it in. And he did that, yeah. I always said, yeah, if Rashford plays a simple game, he can be what he wants to be. He can be any player, man. He can be a top class player on his day. But he doesn't do that, and that's what his downfall is.
Can I ask you a question? If you see how you just said that about Rashford, so as a Liverpool fan, obviously I don't watch all your games and stuff like that. See, for me, you saying you're frustrated with Rashford is what Liverpool fans say about Salah. And it's the reason I picked up on that is because from the outside looking in, Rashford looks as though he's your main threat, your main danger man, the man who does the clutch things, gets the most goals.
Yeah.
But it's weird that you say that because from the outside looking in, I'm pretty sure a lot of you would say Salah's our biggest goal threat or arguably our best forward. I know you can say Mane as well.
Yeah.
But I think that's the frustration with Salah as well. The fact that he has these clutch moments, but sometimes when you break down his overall game, he has certain moments where you could have popped it a bit quicker. So is that the same with Martial? So what I'm really trying to get at here is, me personally, I more fear Rashford than I do Martial. I don't fear Martial. I rate him as a player, but I don't fear him. Do you think that's something overlooking that Liverpool fans in Liverpool probably would overlook?
Probably, yeah. I understand what you mean, but it's how you see football, man. You know what I'm trying to say to you. If you're one of them players that I said it in the Wolves game, we was watching the game, yeah, and I said, yeah, as much as Rashford's missing 50 chances, we'll probably have one goal right there coming. And the problem is, yeah, it's easy as a wide player to get in the spaces. But when Martial, I don't know if you see it, and the same with Firmino, when he picks up the ball in the halfway line, it's less likely for him to get the ball and run across to the goal line and then tap it in. It's less likely than when Martial gets the ball, Pogba sprays the ball into Rashford. Rashford has a one-on-one, it's a goal. That's why wide players now in the modern game are so important. And they're probably the most goal scorers. Look at Liverpool. Look at City. You know what I mean? Look at City now. They play the false line. But Sterling, Foden scoring goals. The modern game has changed now. Martial and the number 9 right now, it has to do a lot off the ball, man. And people need to be patient. As long as Man United are winning, mate, I couldn't care less what Martial's doing. You know, I couldn't care less what Rashford's doing.
Rants, just wanted your opinion on the two players in terms of their actual favorite position or their best position, not their favorite, because players always have their own favorites. But if you was a coach, what? Because do you think, because Rashford gets moved around far more than Martial? Am I right, or maybe I'm wrong? I don't watch them as much as you lot, as I said. But it seems like Rashford gets moved around the attack and he's more flexible, more fluid. Where Martial was bought as a number 9, correct me if I'm wrong, like an out-and-out number 9, like he was dubbed the new Henry, etc., etc. So what do you think? Where's Rashford's best position? Where's Martial's best position?
Martial's best position is down the middle, and Rashford's best position is out wide. Martial's a better footballer than Rashford, but Rashford has something you can't teach, and it's ridiculous athleticism, and that's what it is. He's rapid. And that's just what it is. He doesn't have the football IQ, the decision making, the link up to play down the middle at the top level. But what he does have is he's got good feet and he's quick. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of them ones where that's why Rashford gets moved around, because he's more of a wide player, and Martial's got more of a brain, and you need a brain to play down the middle at the top level.
See, Cal, when they talk about Martial and Rashford, you made a brilliant point about Mane and Salah. So many debates us fans have about in it, like, you know, who's the more important or who has the more vital role. And people talk about Mane's movement and his brain and his intelligence, and people talk about Salah's acceleration and his finish, you know, more times than not. It's a difficult one, isn't it? I hear what Saeed's saying. We don't like to compare players, but you know, sometimes people get frustrated, don't they? Like, you know, when talking about sort of having to pick out or what their roles are. I think Mane and Salah divide fans as well, don't they? Liverpool fans, in terms of, you know, who's the better player, so to speak.
Yeah, it's something that annoys me a lot, because if one has I think the reason why they get compared so much is because when they're on the football pitch, they act as though they slept with each other's wives. That's what annoys me with them at the moment. So that's the reason they're getting compared with each other. I think when you look at their overall play, I think Mane's the better footballer, Salah's the more devastating player. So again, it's kind of make of that what you will. I think if you want someone to play progressively well over the course of 90 minutes, I think Mane's your man. If you need someone to get the ball and either make an assist or score a goal, Salah's the guy you really look to. The reason why they always get compared is because they always seem to be competing with each other as opposed to playing on the same team.
I just think that I think that Mo Salah is just he's just a better goal scorer because he's more single-minded. I don't think he's a better player necessarily than Mane. I think that they're just very different players, innit? But I see the frustration with Mo Salah. I see it. When I watch him, I'm not a fan of his. I'm not gonna lie. His numbers are undisputed, but when I watch him play football, yeah, I'm not really a fan of that type of player. He's one of them players that his stats look better than what he actually looks like when you watch him. Like sometimes you watch Mo Salah and he looks like he's chasing his first touch and it just looks messy and it looks like it's never going to happen for him. And then he'll slap one in the top corner after throwing up an absolute 1 out of 10 for like 89 minutes. That's not my kind of footballer, innit? I think it looks nice on the stat sheet, but I wouldn't build a team around a player like that. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't know. He looks like Jekyll and Hyde at the same time. Like literally when you're watching Mo Salah, and that's what Rashford's like. That's why you get frustrated with those players because they do a lot of stuff that make them look like rubbish players, and then they do something that looks absolutely world class, and then you're just sat there torn, like, what the hell am I watching? Innit? At least with Mane, I just feel like I more know what I'm going to get with Mane.
I think a lot to do. I think it is. You're right. I think a lot of things is styles make preferences. You know, everyone has their own style. Everyone has their own preference in terms of how the game should be played and how it should look. In my opinion, you need a combination of all those things that you said. And it's very rare that you find a player that has it all. So there may be deficiencies in Salah's game. There may be deficiencies in Rashford's or Martial. But I think it's fair to say that. Say again?
Salah Mane are in the peak of their career. I know we're trying to compare Rashford and Martial, but two of them are in the peak of their careers, though. So
no, I wasn't comparing them.
We're just talking about stylistically. I get it. It depends on what you like, innit?
Yeah,
but
exactly.
My thing is, the way the modern game's going, people are looking at stats and numbers whilst comparing the players. If you had no information on any of the players and you just watch them play, I think a lot of people's decisions would be completely different. I think if you watch a full 90 minutes of Mo Salah, without knowing his goal record, and watching a full 90 minutes of Rashford without knowing his goal record, and watch a full 90 minutes of Martial, full 90 minutes of Mane, I think that the conversation probably wouldn't be as close as it is. I think that it's just because of how devastating Salah's goal record is. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's got a goal record comparative to, like, they're comparing him to the likes of Thierry Henry and stuff like that because of his numbers. But if you actually watch him play football, he's no Thierry Henry, bro. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it is. It's the numbers.
Shall I tell you what I think it is? I think it's, and again, not to make excuses for Salah because some of the games he plays does pee me off, but I think we have now built our team and our structure around Salah. So when he doesn't play well, I think it's highlighted more. So, and the reason I say we build around Salah, if you look at the job Mane does, for example, when we're defending, Mane's back defending, helping Robbo. When we're defending on the right-hand side of ours, it's not Salah who's helping Trent. It's usually Henderson or one of the midfielders. Salah's always the furthest forward player out of our system. Therefore, when he doesn't play well, it's highlighted even more. And again, not to take anything away from him, but if you look at two games, for example, the Leeds United game at the beginning of the season where Salah had probably one of his most complete performances, and the Crystal Palace cameo appearance. Those were two games where he actually wasn't playing as the most advanced player and you actually got the best out of him. The Leeds United game, for example, he got a hat-trick, but his overall play was just a lot better than everyone else's. And the same when he coming against Crystal Palace.
Is this Mo Salah,
Yeah. So when he plays, it's weird. Mo's one of those players, when he's single track minded or tunnel vision on trying to score a goal, that's when he plays rubbish. When he stops thinking about goals, that's when you get the best out of him, and that's when he actually scores his most goals. So
that's mad, bro. That's weird. Football, though, because football's a team game. I had the same conversation about Bruno Fernandes. When Bruno Fernandes' numbers are amazing, but when he plays more safe, and he plays a bit more responsibly for the team, maybe his goal output goes down, but actually his overall game improves. And this is what happens sometimes.
Talk to me about Bruno, you two. Talk to me about Bruno, because I'll be real, and I'll say it before I say it later. If you're giving me a choice between Bruno and Pogba, I'm taking Bruno all day, especially for our team. But what you've just said there makes me think that you kind of think Bruno's overrated. Not that he's not a good footballer. We all you're stupid if you don't think he's a good footballer. Like you think he's overrated, and you probably say that Pogba's a better player. Whereas for me, looking at Man United, especially over the course of a few years, I'd say Bruno's been the person, that catalyst. He almost reminds me of how Suarez was for Liverpool. He'll drag you out of when you're in the depths. Like he reminds me of a midfield version of Suarez. I hate him. He's a Man United player. He's playing well. I hate him for those reasons. But when I watch him, I can't help but sit there and think, he's the one that can really drag them out of a situation because he's just got that desire about it. But yet, I feel like I'm not saying you two in particular, but a lot of Man United fans don't really rate him like other fans do.
No, a lot of Man United fans do. I think that's a misconception, bro. I don't like the Bruno and Pogba comparisons anyway. I don't like them, bro. And it's getting tiring. I'm not going to lie. They're completely different footballers. Like Bruno is the guy that can score you a goal or get you an assist at an important moment. He's got an elite mentality. He expects a lot from his teammates. He works very, very hard. However, he's not the midfielder that's gonna control the midfield and drive you forward and do that. That's not what he does. He's the finisher, innit? And that's what's beautiful about him. He's a good striker of the ball. His passing is hit and miss, which is why sometimes when he's not playing well, it looks horrible. Do you know what I mean? And he's not a B-Tech Lampard, but I'd say he plays very similarly to Frank Lampard in the sense that this guy here, he plays similar to Lampard in the sense that a lot of the time Bruno plays ahead of the play, whereas a lot of the time Pogba's playing behind the play. It's a different position. Do you know what I mean? So it requires different things. I think for your system, your Klopp system, the way you like to quick break, quick counter attack, Bruno would suit your system, but at the same time, the amount he gives the ball away, I don't know if your manager would like him. Do you know what I mean?
Right, so you say about giving the ball away, and the reason I jump on, sorry, Grizz, I keep on asking questions.
You're good, man.
So you see the giving the ball away thing. So on Kopish, we've done a couple shows recently about players that we want to get, and we've been looking at their stats and stuff. You see, when people give the ball away, I think there's two ways you can look at it. You look at someone like, and I hate to use an example of an ex-player, but a Jay Spearing for us, who used to give the ball away just passing it 5 yards. Bruno, when I see him give the ball away, he's trying something that no one else in the team tries. That moment that if he actually pulls it off,
got the license
it can be devastating.
I don't think that's true, though. I don't think it's no one else in the team because Pogba plays, actually creates more chances from deeper, like statistically, than him. So Pogba's got the passing range, but the thing is, it's not that no one else tries it. It's just that I think he's got the license to do it every time he gets the ball, or he tries.
And he's not going to be made accountable as well.
That's his personality. But the thing is, sometimes a pass isn't on, mate. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes it's just not on. Not every pass has to be a killer pass in football. And I think that you need to be mature enough as a footballer to know.
I was going to say, how old is he? Because I think he's still young, no?
26,
he's not
26.
25, 26.
25, 26. I'm just going to read out the super chat. I'm just going to read out the super chat. I know I've had other super chats, but guys, I really appreciate the support of the channel and everything, but I'm not going to read out super chats if they're offensive and rude and whatnot, even though, you're supporting the channel. So let's keep it respectful, man. Musal FC 21. Go on, Saeed. Sorry.
So I was going to say, read the super chat. Can I answer that when you read it?
Yeah. So Musal FC says, thank you for the super chat. Bruno isn't even in midfield most of the time. I think that's what Rants was trying to touch upon in terms of their positioning and the style. What are you saying, Saeed?
My opinion is, and I've always said this, man. You know what I mean? I think when I said it on the Top 6 show, people laughed at me. I said the defense isn't a problem. It's a midfield sometimes, because what Bruno does, and if we're going to score goals, it's probably the best thing he could do. But what he does is he leaves a large gap in that midfield. And when we're under pressure, when we concede goals or chances, it's down to that, because the midfielder, McTominay and Fred, get very, very exposed. And I've always said, why does never Bruno Fernandes, why is it a question of, sometimes play him as a false nine? Because he plays as a false nine, the way he kind of presses from the front, he's always the first person to press every single time. So you almost say to yourself, put him as a false nine there, and when you have the chance, no defensive capabilities, no earning a tracking back, you tell him, press from the front, win the ball in them spaces here. And then when the chance comes to you, no better football than Bruno to score it. So I've always said, man, maybe, number 10 is a position I like, but when he's not affecting the game, man, he's largely like ineffective.
See,
like,
see how much
massively ineffective.
How much are they talking about Bruno? And does it sound like Bobby to us, to me?
No. It's not on that level. No. It's not on that level. It's not on that level.
In terms of, you're talking about the role, the unselfish role he's asked to play. He's the first one to press the energy.
Unselfish role.
So could your Fernandes be moved? You're saying moved into a Bobby role, like moved up and played exclusively as a false nine?
I don't think he's got the link. I don't think he's got the technical ability to link play like that, bro. Like he's not good on the half turn. He's not good on the half turn like Bobby is. Bobby on the half turn is devastating. He's one of the most devastating players in European football on the half turn. Do you know what I mean? And stuff like Bruno's very kind of stiff.
Glad you said that. I'm glad you said that, Rants. I'm glad you said that.
Bro, he's one of my favorite footballers, bro. Like outside of my club. Like, I know what Firmino's. Do you know what I mean? Like on the half turn, like Bobby's like he's an actual number 10. Bruno Fernandes is a number 8 playing in the number 10. He's a goal hungry number 8.
Shall I tell you why I said that? For me. Shall I tell you why I said that, Rants? Because Firmino was Fernandes at the same age. In terms of,
I think Bruno's a better finisher. Bruno finishes like a striker. I just feel that Bruno finishes like a striker. I just don't think he has the link play to play isolated on his own. But he's got the energy, he's got the work rate. Yeah, that's why he plays like a false nine, and his average positions is literally higher than Anthony Martial a lot of the time. If you look at the average positions after games, it's actually crazy.
So I think we've touched upon. I think what likely to be the Man United strike force, right? We're assuming it's going to be Martial, Rashford, and then Bruno in behind. Most probably, unless he's out injured, and then it may be Cavani. Then it changes
assuming that we're going to play 5 at the back, because we don't play 2 up front unless we play 5 at the back.
No, Rashford's going to play. I see. Maybe when we get to the team selection, I think Rashford's going to play sort of not exclusively wide left, but inside. I think you're still going to go with the diamond in midfield or the 4, like you say. I think you're going to go with Pogba, Bruno, and the 2.
So you're saying Pogba from the left, Rashford from the right, like what we've been doing.
That's what I'm saying.
That could happen. I'd like to see that. That's what I would pick, but I don't know if Ollie's going to pick that.
I think he's going to play the 4 in midfield that he's been picking. Now, I don't know how he's going to sort out the front 2 positions. If he's going to play Rashford as a floating striker and Martial through the middle. That's the only dilemma that, from a Liverpool fan point of view, I think. From our point of view, I think you know what you're getting. So, Cal, I think we're going to go with, heavy hitters up front.
Allow it, man.
Go on, what do you think?
Anything apart from the front 3, I have no idea what we're going to do. Apart from obviously left back and Fabinho.
Okay. See, the dilemma we've got going into this game is whether Matip is fit or not. So let's assume
he's not. I was
just going to say, let's assume Matip's not, because we know he's just a packet of Twix, right? So let's say we've got to pick a centre back next to Fabinho. How are you playing it?
Oh, this
$1 million question. I know. I'm here to ask the hard questions, not the easy ones.
Yeah. All right. I'll be honest. I'd play Henderson next to him.
All right. So this opens up the midfield because normally we know the midfield would be THIAGO, Henderson, and Gini up against their 2 in. Sorry, they're going to play 4 in midfield. I think. I think they're going to play.
We'll play 3. We'll play 3.
You reckon?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then Bruno ahead of what?
Of McTominay and Fred.
And then the 3, and how you think the front 3 going to line up if that's the case?
Either Pogba starts on the left or Pogba doesn't start at all. That's what I see.
Pogba's definitely starting.
I think
Ollie's crazy if you don't.
Ollie, bro. Don't second guess Ollie. You shouldn't.
I think
there's no way. Not in the back of that last performance as well.
Bro, he was by clear man of the match. However, Ollie sets up for each game
differently.
Like as a cup final, bro. Like he will change his team to depending on who we're playing.
But Pogba. I think you'll go 4-4-2 diamond.
I think so as well, Cal.
I think you'll go diamond.
I don't think it's sensible to go narrow with Liverpool the way their fullbacks overlap and get forward. Because playing a diamond is silly. You need someone. You need someone that's going to track the fullbacks when they come.
I think it's going to be a 5 at the back. I think it's going to be a 5 at the back.
No chance.
I think it's
crazy.
He's done it in the big game. You know what I mean? In the big games in Europe. You know what I mean? He's done it. For me, he's going to go 5 back because of the quality Liverpool have. Then he's going to put midfield of McTominay, Fred, and Rashford and Martial, or Rashford and Cavani could just be alone. You know what I mean? Forwards, and then Rashford can be the one that kind of maybe make it a kind of a 4 in midfield. You know what I mean? Or 5 in midfield, whatever you call it. Helps in the midfield, and then Cavani alone up top. You know what I mean? It's going to be one of them games, man.
I'd be shocked if you play.
Honestly, man, he will do. You only say that because you know that you know Man United could get a result like that, though. That's why you're saying it.
No, I don't think that's the best way to get a result currently against Liverpool for Man United. That's what I'm saying.
At the end of the day, they're at home. Like, you know what I mean? They need to take the game to us. If we started 5 at the back, I wouldn't even be too mad.
Exactly.
I don't know if this is true, but man's are saying Fulham just equalised. Let's just lol at Spurs for 2 seconds. But anyway, listen. 500 people in the chat.
Big up, man.
Can everyone do the simple and free thing of just like my video, man? That's all I'm asking for. I ain't asking for nothing else. The rest we'll handle. You just press that like button, and then we can carry on the discussion. But I was saying, if you're generally thinking that he may revert to 5 at the back, I think you're playing into our hands. I think you're doing. I'll tell you why.
You have to come and attack this team.
You have to have a threat. You have to have a threat. See, you man's totally right to be hyped this week. All right, let me just chat for 1 minute before you guys carry on the show, because I'm loving the content from you lot. I'm just going to give my opinion on the game. I think you mans have every right, and I'm going to talk real. I'm not going to talk, stupid. I'm going to talk real. I'm going to say you guys, in my opinion, deserve to be where you are. But it is a slight false position because Man City, I think if they win their game in hand,
they go top.
They go top.
They go top, and it's every likelihood that they win the games, because I think they're like playing the bottom 5, 6 in the next few games.
Villa, Villa could be one of them sticky ones, but they'll beat them though.
But Man United have every right to shout from the rooftops because they're above us, and we've done the same to you, man. Look, last 3-4 years, we haven't even. I've looked forward to every Man United game. Think about that. I look forward to it. This is the first time. I'm still looking forward to it. Don't get it twisted. But this is the first time I'm thinking, right, this could be awkward. This could be awkward. I don't think you're going to come and beat us. And I'm saying that on record. I think this is going to be awkward because we've just mentioned the players that you've got. You've got players that can turn the game on its head. And we're not playing with full confidence. But I want to just remind you guys that Chelsea thought the same at their ground. Chelsea were flying and everyone thought, Chelsea got them this time. Leicester thought the same. Even Arsenal early part of the season, I don't know if you guys remember, I had so many Arsenal fans in my mentions and in my WhatsApps telling me, Arteta's got Klopp's number. That turned out well, didn't it? So all these teams, even Man City, we went to Man City and people were like, if Man City beat this Liverpool team, that's it. They're going to overdrive. So what I'm trying to say is all these teams have come with loads of hype during the week. But when it comes to playing Liverpool in a big game, it's a different ball game. So I think it's going to be, in my opinion, it's going to be one of the best Man United Liverpool games in a long time. It's not because normally when it's at Old Trafford, you lot just play like, you lot still play like Jose is your manager, right? But when it comes to Anfield, we usually turf you easy.
That's that way
this
record
in the this one ain't going to be. I think this one's going to be. I've got this inkling, guys. I know you know your team better than me. I've got this inkling. Ole won't come just to park the bus, like you lot saying, and make it all compact and no defense. I think he's going to try and play football. I don't know what you guys think.
I don't. The reason why I don't think he's going to do that is because away from home, we don't really do that anyway, especially against the big teams. And secondly, like when I look at you lot as well, you think it's going to be a good game. I don't necessarily think it will, for the simple fact that simple fact that you guys, I think that you're not playing particularly well, and I think your manager in the back of his mind will not want to lose this game. Do you know what I mean? And I think Oli won't want to lose this game, so that's why I think the game's gonna stink. I'm not gonna lie, I think it's gonna stink. I wouldn't be surprised if Oli does play at 5 at the back, and also I wouldn't be surprised if Klopp is semi-cautious because he doesn't want to lose. And also, if you are going to be playing Henderson at centre back or something like that, I think your manager's going to be wary of the threat of the likes of the Rashfords and that on the break. So I think this game is going to be a lot more cagey than people think. If this is an open game and it's a shootout, I think that's the best way for us to beat you. But I don't think that Ollie's going to come and attack you, bro. I would attack that defense.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think he will. I don't think he will.
How do you think they're going to approach this game? How do you think we're going to approach this game?
How do I think Liverpool will approach it? All right, so Liverpool, I think if Liverpool are going to win this game, they've got to counter the counter. So we can't expect to play football to break Man United down because we haven't got the fluidity in our game to do that at the moment. So we're going to have to try and get Man United to start coming out of their shell, start attacking. It's almost like when you're boxing. If you're fighting against someone, you're just standing there like that, you're not going to hit them. You want them to start hitting you. So maybe you drop your hands, let them hit you, and then you fire back over counter. That's how the only way we're going to beat them. If we try and break them down and play through them, they're going to eat up everything we throw at them because they're a compact team. And when they play defensively well, they play very well. And we haven't got the personnel to break them down. And we haven't got the depth and quality at the moment to do that. For Man United, so there's two ways here. So I think they'll play a certain way, but I think they should play a certain way. I think they'll come and I think they'll try and play compact, but I think they'll try and catch us on the counter attack. Theoretically, if Ollie was smart, he'd come to Anfield and he'd look to go for the jugular because we're at odds at the moment. Now is the best time for a Man United team to come and do us over. So if Ollie comes and he doesn't come to, he could effectively kill off our title challenge this weekend. That's how Ollie should be thinking.
I think it's too early to say that.
I don't think he will.
No, bro, I agree with him.
I don't think it is. I don't think it's too early.
I reckon if we go there and knock 7 bells out of Liverpool, I think that they stop believing, bro. Because honestly, winning back-to-back Premier League titles ain't for everyone. It's the hardest thing, and everyone knows that. Do you know what I mean? And I think that this Liverpool team, hasn't been in this position before in terms of they were very close. They were very unlucky not that season where City pipped them. But they were head and shoulders clear of everyone else. And then last season they ran away with it, bro. Do you know what I mean? And I think that they're wobbling a little bit. I honestly think they're wobbling a little bit. And I think that their confidence is very fragile at the moment. And I think that if we go there and absolutely sparkle them, I think that could have a knock-on effect later on down the line because something isn't quite right there. I said it at the top of the show. There's something that's not quite right there, whether it's the chemistry or the morale or whatever. There's something not quite right. And I think a heavy defeat or something like that to them, it could really have a lasting effect on that team, bro. I genuinely think that there's something going on. I don't think it's just a little temporary blip thing. I think that there's something off there. Something's off.
The fans have not helped, you know what I mean, for Liverpool, you know what I mean? That's their 12th man. You know what I mean? The cop end and whatnot. You know what I mean? I think that as well is another factor. But, you know, for me, the game is going to be played in stages. And I feel like for us as Man United, we can't let that happen, man. Because we've been, and I've been saying it for a while, in the top 6 games, we've let it drift away. Arsenal game, we let Arsenal drift into the game easily. Chelsea game, it was just like both teams didn't want it. Man City game, again. You know, we let drift again into their favor. PSG game, RP Leipzig game. There's so many games there where in the top level games there, Man United and for what reason, Oliver Solskjaer, he lets a game go into the moment.
He doesn't go for it. He doesn't go for it.
And that's the problem. And that's the difference when I say that he will play 5 in the back. He will go out, you know what I mean, and whatnot, and go for it. But
the thing is,
I agree with you.
I agree with the confidence levels of our team, but I don't think it's fair to say that we haven't been in this position before because barring that mad season last season where we smoked everyone and we won it by 28 points, it's always been a race. Like the season before, people talk about us bottling it, but it wasn't. It was Man City were out of this world, just like we were the following season to win it. So Man City went on a mad 17-game winning streak, and we won like 15 in a row. So it was 2 juggernauts. And the difference between Man City and Man United...
How many points behind you were the team that finished 3rd? Because I can't remember.
That's what I was about to say. So it was a mad difference between the other teams.
I mean, it's close now, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So Man City and Liverpool have been the shining lights of this Premier League, and I still believe they will end up being the shining lights. What I'm saying, this season is a madness. It's mad for everyone. It's not only mad for Liverpool. People are forgetting that only because the reason why it's recency bias. Everyone's got this opinion Liverpool are still supermen from last season. We're mere mortals. That's the difference. The only difference is we're mere mortals, but we're still, after everything, after all the negativity, and Rants is saying that we got issues that run deep into the squad. Maybe, I don't know. We don't know the exact reasons. You know, that the excuses of the injuries, even though they're real facts, the injuries are there to be spoken of. It fucks up every team, man. It fucks up every single team. You take out the 4 major injuries out of any team, and you'd see the difference. Yet we're still amongst the mix, and no one can tell me here that we're not in the mix.
No, you're in the mix because you got everyone's in the mix. Best coach in football currently, probably.
Yeah. That's fine.
He's giving me Tottenham under Pochettino vibes, bruv, in the sense that 4 years.
He's part of the fabric, though. But our manager,
4 years of the same players. I feel like you need to freshen it up. I genuinely feel like it's getting a bit stale at Liverpool, bro. Like, that's what it is, man. Like, that's why I think your attackers ain't really looking the same. I think it's looking hella stale, bro. You've had the same midfield.
100%.
You've had the same midfield. Obviously, you brought in Minamino. Didn't do nothing. Keita hasn't really been a hit, but the likes of like the Oxlade-Chamberlains, the Wijnaldums, the Hendersons, a lot of these men were even here before Klopp and that, bro. I just feel like you're a bit stale, bro. Like, I agree. I think you've had your 4 years.
I agree. You're allowed to say that. I agree, 100%. But I also agree. Keita's been a bit of a flop. Like, he's been our Pogba, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? We have the same issues with Keita. You know. Anyway, I said it. I've done it. I said it. So Keita's our Pogba. I get your example. But in terms of us going stale, look, I think it's early. I think it's early, especially the week we're going to play you. And do you know the funny thing is, like, I don't know the exactly facts. Maybe one of you or someone in the chat can tell me. I think this is one of the rare seasons that we've had like 6-7 leaders at some stage of the season, where 6-7 different teams have been on top of that table. So it just shows you that, you know, this is a mad topsy-turvy season, and loads of
Everton are in it, man.
I think Arsenal took the lead in the first week or something. I think Chelsea were on top. I think Leicester have been top.
Yeah,
you guys I think Everton have been top as well, Cal. I think Everton have been top as well, I think, maybe at one stage. So it just shows you that you're just any team like every other team that's been on top. You know what I mean? For different stages of the season. The cream will rise to the top. I think Sunday's going to be... that's a good question, you know. How defining will Sunday's result either way be for the two teams? Saeed, what do you think?
Listen, I think I don't think it'll be season defining in terms of the grand scheme of things of who's going to be on top of each other. I still think there's a long way to go. But what I would say though is, if Liverpool do win the game, it's an absolute massive kind of belief for them to kind of push on. For Man United, it's even bigger. You know what I mean? To kind of be 6 points clear of Liverpool mentally, it's kind of probably, I mean, a significant moment. But I just feel like, you know, it might be one of them games. You know what I mean? What was it? Best not lose, or you know what I mean? Just for us, it's probably just not lose a game. Kind of just go in there. I'll take a draw for me. I win even better, but I just feel like for me, if we lose the game, man, I feel like it might take stuffing out of us in terms of the belief of if Liverpool win convincingly, like 3-0, because Liverpool won't win like a scrappy 2-1. It'll be convincing for Liverpool, and that's what worries me. You know what I mean? Like the big games, Liverpool have done it this season. Leicester, Wolves, what's they called? Tottenham, Arsenal. They've always come out, man. Chelsea. They've come out, man, and that's the worry for me, man. That's the only worry I have as a Man United fan. But other than that, I think we can bring the game to Liverpool, man. And I said to you about our squad depth, man. I said it's one of the best in the league on paper. Squad depth, not the best in the league, but squad depth, man. Can bring on Cavani, Rashford, Van der Beek, hardly start the game. We'll probably walk into your team if you look at it, really. You know what I mean? Like, it's madness, bro. It's absolutely madness, man. And all we can say is going to be a mad game, bro. And it's going to be an interesting one.
Rants season defining for either team, like, or let's say, look, 3 results: Man United win, a draw, or an LFC win. Does it define the season in your opinion, or does it tell you? What will it tell you? Either of them results.
For you lot, it does. For us, I don't think it does, bruv. The reason why I say that is because You lot have got a good record against the top 6 teams. You've been struggling against Newcastle and West Brom. So even if you beat us, you don't learn anything new about your team. As you said, you know what I mean? Chelsea and all them, man, you've beat them already. So if you beat us, so what? If we beat you lot, because we haven't really been beating the teams in the top 6,
I think it's huge.
Then it's big for us. But then at the same time, if we lose to you lot, so what? We've been losing, like we ain't been beating anyone else in the top 6 anyway, bro. We go again. So honestly, I don't think that is season defining unless we batter you.
Yeah,
that's the only.
I think it's a nothing thing unless we win. I'm honest. Like if we draw, cool, we draw. We drew against Chelsea. So what? Do you know what I mean? I'd take a draw now, but I think that we can beat you on form. But at the same time, anything other than a United win, it is what it is, bro. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is. We lose to Liverpool, cool. We go beat Fulham the next week. So what?
Okay, what are you saying?
Yeah, I agree with half of what Rand said. I think if we win the game, as Rand said, you kind of learn nothing new. It's like, okay, Liverpool have done it again. Underdog stepped up to the big game and produced a performance.
Are we underdogs, Cal? Are we
not
underdogs?
Not necessarily for the game. I'm talking about in the context of how things are at the moment. We're underdogs for this particular game.
Up to the game. Yeah.
You mean you're not the informed team? I wouldn't say you're the underdog. Yeah. You're not the informed team. Yeah.
Yeah, precisely. But if Man United win, I think it has a big bearing. And the reason I say that is they go 6 points clear of us. Forget about the rest of the league because I only really care about Liverpool. If they go 6 points ahead of us, it's going to be very difficult for us to make up that 6 points between now and the end of the season, especially with Champions League coming back. And also, Man United going 6 points clear of us will help them, especially when Europa comes back as well. Because when Europa comes back, that's going to take a lot out of the squad. Them having a 6 point buffer changes things and how they can potentially approach things, especially if they are still top of the league as well. So I think it all depends on the Man United aspect. I think for us, it'd just be a case of rinse and repeat if we win again.
Is this a 6 point game? We talk about bottom of the league, 6 pointers. This is a 6 point game, you know?
Not for us. And not even in a rude way. It's the sense, like, I'll be real with you. Us winning this game, I'll be over the moon because I'll banter every Man United fan I know. But in the back of my mind, I'm going to be thinking to myself, right, who have we got next week? I want someone in the bottom 10. Are we going to win that? Away from home, are we going to win that? So that's what my mind. That's what my thought process. Whereas for you guys, it's going to be like, right, we've just beaten Liverpool at Anfield, 6 points clear, ended their home record, and we're top of the league. Here's the lift we needed. We're not going to get a lift out of beating you guys because it's going to be a case of, right, we still ain't signed the centre back and we still ain't addressed why we're in this situation.
So basically, what man said. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Anything other than a United win, we don't learn anything.
Yeah.
I think Man United, I agree. I think Man United winning is the most defining result. Oh shit, people telling me.
Nah, the Spurs goes offside. It's gone mad quiet in the yard, trust me.
100%. It's offside.
Yeah, it's offside, bro. I heard it screamed and I heard no.
I hear that.
Just exposing him online, you know.
I hear that. I just clocked. And he was like, what are you saying? But yeah, I think the most defining result will be a Man United win. For Liverpool to smash another team at Anfield is natural, it's normal. But it's the added spice of Man United actually being above us for the first time in a long time. So that adds to the pressure. And I hear Rants putting pressure on this Liverpool team and the mentality of this team. But what I want to tell people out there, and we got a wicked mixture in the chat of Man United fans and Liverpool fans, and the majority have been pure respectful and jokes, right? But I just want to remind Liverpool, both sets of fans about this mentality of the thing. And I'm here to be shot at. I think we're going to show the mentality of this team. And I think we're going to tuck you away very comfortably on Sunday. But it's going to be the atmosphere is going to be the build up. What day is it on? What day are we on? We're still on Sunday. Wednesday. Yeah. No, but we're still on Wednesday. So we got loads of time to still, there could be repercussions from the Burnley game in terms of injuries for you guys. Some of our players get injured in training, the luck we've had this season. So I think the two lineups are going to be crucial, how they set up. Rants, I want you to run us through the Man United team that you think Ole will pick. Not you, because I know you probably think there's a certain way that you should approach the game. But what do you think your coach is going to pick your 11 for Sunday? Talk to me, man. The final 11.
It depends. If we're going for a 5, then Luke Shaw plays left centre back. If we're going for a 4 at the back, then I don't think Pogba starts. So I think it's McTominay, Fred, Bruno. That's what I think, innit?
Yeah. So Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah, Wan-Bissaka for sure. If we're playing a 4 at the back, then Luke Shaw starts.
Tell me how you think. Tell me how you think. Tell me how you think.
I can't second guess my manager, bro. Like I've been trying to do it all season. I've never got. I've never got the lineup right once. So there's no point. Do you know what I mean? Saeed, you can have a guess, but I don't know.
Yeah.
So you guess your lineup.
I think this will be the team. I think it'll be David in goal, Wan-Bissaka, Bailly, Harry Maguire, Lindelof will be back.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Luke Shaw left back because for me he's solid defensively. Even though I think in a wing back kind of role, Telles will be better, but defensively, hot shot on credit. Get me, he's done better.
So what are you going for? The 4 or the 5?
5 at the back. 5 at the back. So I've gone Bailly, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, Shaw.
So he's gone 3 centre halves. Yeah.
3 centre halves. McTominay, Fred, and then Bruno in the 10. And then I think he's gonna go, if Martial is fit, Martial, Rashford up top. He's gonna go with that, me. I think
you guys, so you honestly think he's gonna just drop Pogba?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I hope he does.
I mean, it's criminal. It's criminal. But I think for me, it will happen because of the fact that what the energy and the kind of, I think he'll match Liverpool for energy, even though sometimes I feel like the game is about quality and the end result, you know what I mean? And that's criminal. I would pick Pogba, but Grizz told me what would Ollie pick. My team will be different.
I hear you. I hear you. See, I think if it does that, it just shows you your mentality is not ready to be champions. That's just me. Because, I know you guys think, I know Rant said earlier that Klopp might take a more cautious approach, bro. Our manager ain't taking no cautious approach. I'm telling you, he's gonna go heavy metal football. He ain't got the defense to play cautious and try to defend. We ain't got the personnel at the moment. We've got just pure THIAGO and the front three, and we're gonna look to play some heavy metal fast football. I don't think he's gonna go cautious personally, but Cal, you might think different. Pick me a team for Liverpool.
I hope so. I hope you do that.
I think pick me a team that Klopp's gonna pick, not what you'd like.
Okay, so I'll pick the team that I think Klopp will pick is goalie Alisson, right back Trent, centre backs Henderson and Firmino, and left back Robbo. Centre mid, I think he'll go THIAGO.
This is what I want to hear.
This THIAGO and Genie. It's that third player now. I think he'll go THIAGO, Genie, and Ox.
Oh.
That's not who I say I do, but I think he would go Ox.
Okay.
And then the front three picks
and the three matadors, yeah?
Yeah.
I would attack the hell out of that team. Ollie's got to attack that team. He's got to, bro. Henderson and Firmino at centre back. If I ever saw that, bro, I'm putting
we have to
on them. Yeah. What?
Yeah, wow. You're gonna pressure them 2 centre backs, yeah? You guys
100%, bro.
Are you saying that live on air, yeah? Everyone's listening.
Yeah.
Because that's a likely.
I said I would cook them up, man. Also, THIAGO as well. THIAGO in there, one of my favourite players in world football. But I tell you what, yeah, that midfield, they need to press him and not let him dictate the pace of that midfield. Because if they press this guy,
why I said I think it'd go Ox.
If they press him, I think we could get a little bit of joy still. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't worry. Like, he's very press resistant. So I'm not saying that's going to be the be all and end all of him. But I think if you give THIAGO time and space, you're signing your own death warrant, innit? And that's why I think he goes why he goes for the energy of Fred and McTominay, and then Bruno buzzing around THIAGO. Probably, like, I would get Bruno to almost man mark him, bro. I would.
But then you're taking away your only threat of hurting us.
We're not.
Us on the
attack. We're not. I'm talking about when Liverpool are in possession. I'm not talking about when we're in possession.
But Rants, that's going to be 70% of the time. That's going to be 70, 80% of the time.
I don't think it.
I don't think we need.
I don't think it will. I think there'll be spells where you have a lot of the ball. There won't be spells where we have a lot of the ball, but there'll be spells where we have more of the ball. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's going to be one of them 70% things. I think that when we get the ball, we just need to be clinical, bro. That's all we need to be. We're never going to be a team that are going to pass you to sleep. That's not how we play football. But we have pace, and your two centre halves don't have any. So I think we're going to be very direct. I think the transitions are going to be very direct. You're not going to see any of this fluid interchanging fancy stuff. You're going to see very direct stuff into channels, in behind, and that's how we can hurt you.
I think it'll be an entertaining game. I think it'll be lots of goals.
I think so. I think Cow and Rants think it's going to be a dead game. I'm with you, Saeed. I think it's going to be a mad game. Yeah, honestly. I think it's going to be a mad game because your confidence has to be high. And when players' confidence are high, naturally, they play a different game. So your manager might set them out to play a dogged, defensive, pure, right? But players like Bruno and Pogba, you can't totally take away their shine. When these players are confident, sometimes they have moments where they just want to snap out of the rigid formation they've been asked to play. And that's why I think you're going to have moments in the game where you're going to think you're going to attack us. But as Cal says, that's going to play into our hands. I think it's going to be a proper tactical, but I think it's going to be far more open than Cal and Rants think, you know, Saeed.
I hope so. That's
United away from home don't play open football, bro. You saw a stinkfest against Chelsea and 0-0. You saw 1-0 against Arsenal where we stunk the place out and they got a penalty. United don't play open away from home.
Right, do you know what? Against Chelsea, Rants, do you know what it is? Against Chelsea, you was up against a pussy over manager who's scared as well.
That's the thing.
The difference. Yeah. We're not scared. Klopp ain't scared. So that's what's going to give you the encouragement to think, okay, because we're going to play our normal game. We're not going to be looking to watch humans too carefully. We're going to play our open game. And that's what United are going to think, chinks in the armory, as you say, especially in the centre-back area.
Yeah, that's the thing. I just think like he's probably about the centre-back area and thinking, you know what? That will be the area where it can hurt.
I think so too, you know. I think so too. Listen, we were supposed to pick a combination, but you know what I mean, times caught us. The chat got very, very, very intense. The chat got very intense, but I'm gonna look for a prediction, man, from each one of you. And I'm gonna go to Saeed first because your debut, you know, you go first, bro.
Yeah. Pleasure. For me, I'm gonna go with a 2-2.
Yeah. Bad 2-2. Man.
Classic Desmond, man.
Classic Desmond. Man. 2-2.
Yeah. 2-2, and I take it all day long, mate. Take it all day long, mate. 4 points clear the league. You can't go wrong, man.
Can't go wrong. Yeah. Cal, what are you saying? Result?
I'm going for 1-1.
Oh, wow, Cal.
Man. Look,
I'm a Liverpool fan, but I can't sit here and I can't tell you. I can't lie to you. I can't sit here and say to you.
No, man.
No, I back my team, but I'm not. I've just got to be real. I just don't think we're gonna. I'm not in a position where I can sit there and say, yeah, I think we're going to win this game, because I don't think not that we can't. I personally see a draw in this game. I think
that's fair enough, man. That's fair enough.
All over it.
Rants.
I was thinking 2-2 as well. I was thinking 2-2 as well, but 2-2
would be a fucking game, man.
I can't believe people in the comments are coming at me. I don't know. Would you rather me lie, guys?
No, man.
Not you guys, but do people you can't have it both ways. I either tell the truth or I don't. Like,
no, people don't like it when you're level-headed, bro. They don't.
Yeah.
You need to waffle. You should have said 3-0, bro.
Yeah. So what's your final prediction? 2-2 as well. You can go 2-2 still.
Yeah. I'm gonna go. I think it's gonna be a score draw. I mean, and you know what? I'll take that, mate. Do you know what I mean? I'll take that.
I think you would as well, you know what I mean? I'm gonna go for a 2-0 Liverpool, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna stick to it. Yeah, I'm gonna go 2-0. Not many people are expecting us to keep a clean sheet, you know, because of the things that we talked about, especially with the players that we started off mentioning for United. But I just been watching this team for the last 3-4 years, man, and I know in the big games we're monsters. We're absolute animals. You know what I mean? When it comes to the big games. But then
I don't know how we don't score against that defense.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. This is the shit we do, Rants though. This is the shit we do. When the back's against the wall, we turn up and we do this shit. You know what I mean? A lot of people didn't think we're gonna keep clean sheets against Arsenal and Chelsea at the time and Leicester as well, but we done it. You know what I mean? We handle our business in these big games. But I think it's gonna be a humdinger, guys. I think we're ready for this. Both teams, I think. As you say, Man United's best chance going into this game to turning us over and ending this home record. But then again, I look at our home record and I think, you know what I mean? The fans, I wish the fans were there because this would have been some game because Man United end would have been packed and our crowd would have been rocking. But yeah, man, look, the chat was intense. The chat was good. I got to thank you, man, for turning up. I think I got to end this show, you know, because I think things gone. So you guys big up your channels and whatnot while I sort this shit out. Go on, Cal, you can start, bro.
Just Kopish. So search Kopish on YouTube or on Insta, Facebook and Twitter as well. Twitch now as well. So yeah, nice if you can get a little follow over there, please, people. No
problem. And Saeed, my brother.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me on, man. You know what I mean?
More time, man. You guys, man. It's been about time, man.
Yeah, man. You guys need more subscribers, man. So people, man, subscribe to the channel. You know what I mean? And let the guys enjoy their journey. But yeah, man. United Central on YouTube. You know what I mean? I divide opinion, but it comes from the heart, man. So
no, bro. Everyone knows, and I'm gonna extend that. I'm gonna extend that because Saeed's one of the nicest people I've got to know in the last few months, man. A proper. You know, he's one of those guys that always happy and smiling, and that's the best kind of human you can get out there, man. I appreciate your respect for coming on. Rants, everyone knows where they can find you, but please say where they can find you.
Big up my United guys in the chat as well, and you Liverpool guys. I don't like you either, so it's calm. You know them, man. them man know who it is. You know how it is, boy.
That's it. We're not meant to like each other. That's the rivalry.
But that's what I'm saying. So, I don't need to tell you where to find me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You man know where you can kiss blood. Big up my United man in the chat. And big up the Liverpool man that follow me, but you man that were waffling, no one cares, innit? Big up Saeed, my brother. You know them ones, United Central. And you'll big up Kopish as well doing their thing. Big up Grizz, my brother as well.
I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Such a hill, bro.
Yeah, this is what it is, bro. I don't care about these guys, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna sleep, bro. Man's top of the league, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, this episode, sorry, this show's called Khanage, and today was fucking carnage. Listen, we're gonna leave you and hope to see you all after the game on Sunday. And I think we're gonna try to get the show on again and do a post-match review. We should be fireworks for either way, bro. But anyway, peace out, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the show. We catch up real soon.
Peace.